Your mind is like a horse and you could lead it. So basically, you can only think, we know this from science today, that we can only think either a positive or a negative thought. Because we can only think one thought, then you go ahead and push that horse over from the negative to the positive. Whenever you catch yourself, you have to have that awareness. That's why having strategies, having tools is literally having tools in your toolbox. And that's what it's all about. And so on that note, I wish you a beautiful, blessed, sweet, deep, restorative sleep tonight.
If you can guarantee making your life a healthier reality, what would that be worth to you? Welcome to the Get Fit Ima podcast, your go-to spot for everything fun, fitness, and feeling good. I'm your host, Ilani, your friendly guide, mom of five, and a certified and dedicated fitness, nutrition, and health coach. We are Imas on a mission to create healthy on a time crunch, body, mind, and soul.
What's up? Coming at you from my sauna, and I'm so grateful and thankful for having a sauna. I'm grateful and thankful for having the strategic tools to lead a healthy lifestyle. I don't just preach it, I live it. And in times like these, when your nervous system could be out of whack, I'm getting my steps in. And the food is so important, just because it's all about prioritizing your protein so that you could feel good and yes, regulate your nervous system, because some people are home and stress eating and they're eating all kinds of things and then they have issues with their fiber and their digestive system and all of that. So I'm just giving you the advice that I'm seeing. And also, I'm sending you a lot of love because we are a resilient nation. Am Yisrael Chai, no matter where you're living. And I will continue to share how you can support other Jewish-owned businesses, whether you're in Israel or not, right? And I think that is the best way. And another best way is please pray. Pray for our soldiers. Pray for Am Yisrael. Pray for our soldiers that are going out there, please. My son. Love. It's all in the mindset. That's right. This is what I coach about, right? We get support because it's in the mindset, because our mind gets us there. And I have Baruch Hashem, I love studying and I love learning from our sages because they knew better. And when Rabbi Nachman says that, okay, this whole stress eating situation, that, you're hungry, so you eat because you're sad, because you're stressed, because of something. It's not just what you eat, it's why you eat. And because we come from that and we understand, you're not supposed to live in a town that doesn't have fruits and vegetables. And that's why in the outskirts of Jerusalem, you have a lot of beautiful things growing all around, you know what I mean? It's necessary. It's absolutely necessary to live a healthy lifestyle the way God intended us to live. And the most important from all this is to believe that everything is divinely orchestrated. When you believe that, you live with bitachon and emunah, as much as it's not easy what we see, but we're also seeing miracles. So it's all about literally taking our mindset and focusing. Again, Rabbi Nachman, I'm just going to quote him again. He says that your mind is like a horse and you could lead it. So basically, you can only think, we know this from science today, that we can only think either a positive or a negative thought, right? And here, Rabbi Nachman is saying, because we can only think one thought, then you go ahead and push that horse over from the negative to the positive. Whenever you catch yourself, you have to have that awareness. That's why having strategies, having tools is literally having tools in your toolbox. And that's what it's all about. And so on that note, I wish you a beautiful, blessed, sweet, deep, restorative sleep tonight, that we should not be woken up by any, the biggest thing about cortisol, what raises the cortisol, is having terrible sleep, right? Okay, yeah, the food, if you smoke, and alcohol, caffeine, excess caffeine, and processed food, all of that, right? Because the beautiful magic middle, it happens to everyone, okay? And no matter how you've been living a healthy lifestyle, whatever, that's the issue, that whatever works hasn't worked, and so now all of a sudden it works. Yeah. So this whole situation is exactly that. Exactly that. So sleep is a huge it plays on our cortisol, because our cortisol level is high, because we're decreasing in estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Yes, women also have testosterone, and that's when we talk about our muscle mass and our bone density and our cardiovascular health. These things are so important that it's when you have the tools, I'm The other day I told my husband, literally, thank you, Hashem, and thank God I have the opportunity, the chance to be able to learn and to study a new certification on menopause. And not only do I help women over 40, but like get that specific extra, I love the specificity to be more extra on having proper coaching strategies, you know, helping women. And yes, weight gain is a huge factor. That's how some people even realize during menopause. Like, they don't realize the irregular periods and all the other stuff that comes with it, right? Mood swings. Some people are like catching themselves at the age of 45, snapping at work, and they're like, whoa, I was never a snapper. Like, what is wrong with me? I was never one to snap at people. I was always kind. I was always good. It's like, it literally plays on your mood. It plays on your libido. It plays on, and then it damages relationships. And it's a sad situation when that's what happens. And so, coming at you from my sauna, because I feel like this is like a safe room for my nervous system. Yes, we have a safe room for when missiles come down at us from Iran. And what we have is an actual warning. So because we live central north Israel, the missiles we're getting are from Iran, but we get a warning, like a 10-minute warning before they actually come flying down. Or when they come flying down, they don't just come flying down on their own. No. Of course not. They come in a cluster. You know what a cluster is? Like, not one. You know, like those chocolate Rice Krispie clusters, like they come in the big form and then when you bite into it, it literally, you know, like cracks apart. A cluster. Like a cauliflower is a whole cluster, right? A bunch of little florets. A cluster of missiles come down, and these are ballistic missiles. And when they come down, then they become also very dangerous. Very dangerous in the idea of like, yeah, they're toxic and they can explode, and it's not funny. So they tell people to stay away, even people that come and detonate the bombs, and they're in that squad, you know. You know, the beauty of Israel is that because we've lived with this anti-Semitism since day one. Like, Abraham had a son, his name was Ishmael, and he had her with the servant, and then with his wife. When the three angels came and told his wife, you're going to have a son, she laughed, and not because she was 90 years old. He was 99. No, she laughed because Abraham was 900 years old. Yes, you heard me. And that's when he had his circumcision 8 days later. And that's why Arabs, Muslims, they actually circumcise at 13. And we circumcise at 8 days, because that's when the three angels came to see Abraham in his tent. And he was such a man that I live by because I love his hospitality. Everything that he ever taught us was about his hospitality. I mean, every single matriarch and patriarch has so much to teach us. And so Abraham had the hospitality of, like, that's why he lived in tents. You can come in from all three sides, right? There's just like one back, especially in the sand, and then they close it up, but whatever. Just like a sukkah, right? Right? Always, people could just come in and out anytime. That was Abraham. So when he had guests in this scorching heat in the desert, and he just had his circumcision, he literally got up and he told them, sit down, I will serve you bread, and I will serve you meats, and I will serve you wines, and I will give you, come, I have guests, I'm so excited to greet them. Anyway, you know, we can learn from them, and I did. I've always learned from them. But in the past year and a half, I just want to say that I've taken on boundaries, and this is something that it's a realization in my 50s. It's part of my 50s. Yes, it's about boundaries. I finally learned to set boundaries, because I've hosted, but I've also hosted in a way that it like has hurt me personally, hurt me. Yet again, having tools in your toolbox and working on your nervous system, and, you know, talking to Hashem and having him as your the best therapist, you know, just talk. But I do agree that having a proper therapist to ask you the right questions, you know, just like what Tony Robbins says, is the quality of your questions is the quality of your life and how you want to raise your standards. You always want to be able to be living in a way that you're raising your standards. And that's why this whole menopausal coaching has come about, because I'm raising my standards, right? I'm raising my standards in my membership. I am serving my clients all the way, and no, I'm not raising the prices just yet, just because I'm loving it so much. But I'm leaving it at this price, because at this low price, just for the next year. Like, I feel like 2026 is the year of like, we're at war. I'm not increasing any prices. but I'm increasing my services and I'm increasing my, ability to give more. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm giving more. Because I actually have ladies that are pregnant and in their 30s, mid 30s and early 30s. That's okay, because they're also dealing with hormonal issues. And when we're dealing with menopause, we're just being more dissective on the hormonal issues. And so hormone to hormone, you know how to deal with it. The proper strategies is the same thing. It's the same diet and lifestyle and exercise that you use. And the earlier you literally start picking up muscle ways to gain your muscles, because muscles, right? We know that muscle is the organ of longevity. Why? Because when you're working your muscle, you're working your bones. Because when you work your muscles, you're literally working. We've seen neurological CT scans that shows that you're literally working your brain. And because we have brain fog, but brain fog is the short word to explain that you may have, speech flutter. You flutter your words all of a sudden and you're like, why can't I speak? And then you have you feel like you're ADHD completely, like attention deficit, or you can't even remember, you did something and you can't even remember, it goes really deep. So the cognitive gets affected. And because the cognitive gets affected, so muscle being the organ of longevity in that aspect is number one. Okay, moving on. I just want to say that when I'm going to finish learning this whole certification, I am putting together the best of the best workshop. And you're going to want to know about this, because it's all about literally I'm giving you the tools in the toolbox that you need. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you your tools in the toolbox that you need in order to navigate. Because when you're in menopause, or when you're dealing with a lot of hormones, okay, pregnant, postnatal, perimenopause, menopause, we are dealing with hormonal issues. But during those mental years, the estrogen, the progesterone, and yes, the testosterone, they actually decline. The more we go, the more we decline, right? And because of that, we know what we need to eat. So when we eat foods like we have salmon, we have green leafy greens with salmon, I'm going to have broccoli and a good piece of chicken. I am having vitamin D, natural vitamin D, other than, yes, go for a walk in the sun, connect in nature, have some sunlight, don't put on glasses, at least for the first half an hour. Go out there and just enjoy the sunlight. Let it do its thing on your skin. Vitamin D is good for you. Yes, protect yourself. I'm not saying not to do whatever it is you need to do in order to protect, whether for you it's a cream or a hat or whatever it is, okay? But go out there and get your sunlight. It's so good. It's just so good. Like talking about now the nervous system, and helping those hormones and giving you the tools to the toolbox. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm putting together a whole workshop just because I find that workshops are so much fun. It's just one learning experience that you learn in Fit Momentum. In the membership, what do we do? We have 8-minute workshop. It's on fiber. And protein is power. I think it's 13 minutes. Okay, protein power. And I'm giving you examples on what a day filled with 120 to 150 grams of protein looks like. And then in the fiber is your BFF, because when you stick fiber with good protein, okay, lean protein, what are you getting? You're getting natural GLP-1, baby. Natural GLP-1. And because you're getting natural GLP-1, right, you're basically naturally staying low on your glucose, low on your insulin, low on your cortisol, and definitely low on your maintenance, but working on your muscle mass and not losing any muscle mass, but losing fat. Because we do know the effects today of having to take the GLP-1. What does it do? It actually has a huge effect, 40%. When you lose weight, you're losing 40% muscle mass. And that is huge. That is huge. Just work your muscles. Work your muscles, because I see ladies here and I see ladies online, and it's frail and they're shaking and they have no energy because they're losing their muscle mass. And I just told you how muscle is the organ of longevity, because our muscles works our bones, our muscles works our brain, our muscle works our cognitive, works everything. So just it's okay. What you did in the past, you did in the past. Move on. Let's get those tools in the toolbox. So I will make sure that I put all of these tools in the toolbox, and how to be supported if you want to. Because literally, I always say, today we have ChatGPT, we have YouTube, we have Google, we have whatever. Put together a meal plan that suits you, and put together a fitness plan but you need the support. Women need hand-holding. Listen, in my business, I have coaches. I'm investing, and I love it, and I love them, and I have a great relationship with them, and I love my coaches, and that's what I'm saying, that it's like, you want to build yourself to the next level, whether it's your next level body, or your next level soul, or your next level in all aspects of your life, right? The ladies during the war were coming here, and they were like, some were going, I was telling them about how the muscle is the organ of longevity, and it's great for your body, it's great for your mind, right? Next level body, the other one goes next level mind. And then one girl's, it's next level soul. I come here for my nefesh, because honestly, it beats depression. And during a war, yeah, we're strong, we're resilient. And yeah, the Israeli mentality and everything, but there's also those that are really not, really those that are breaking down. And like I was saying, there's people that have lost people, but it's not just lost people, it's the way, the barbaric way, and all of it. You know, we're being attacked. We're being attacked here. No matter where we are, we're being attacked. So, the idea of Am Yisrael Chai means that we have to stick together. So, throughout history, we've gone through different pogroms and crusades, and the 1648, 1649 Cossacks, and the Tsars, and the Spanish Inquisition, 1492, and the Portuguese, and convert or die. They just don't want you as a Jew. And it's okay, because our mission is just to bring light. So, you know, like I said, I feel like I'm in synchronicity with my mission. I'm Imas on a mission. We're Imas on a mission. We're all Imas, and we're all on a mission. And even if you're not an Ima, you're an Ima. Because even the girls that don't have kids, they're an Ima at heart. You know, they're aunties, or they have furry pets. They're Ima. Their motherly instinct comes out no matter what type of Ima they are. And so, just like Sarah Imenu, you know, like forever it took her to have a child, and Rachel, and they're still Imas. They're Mama Rachel. And she would have been Mama Rachel to us, even if, you know, she didn't have Yosef and Benjamin. Either way, we're here to support each other, and it's all from within. So working on the within, having the tools for the toolbox, whether it's on our self, it builds our resilience. That's how we build our resilience. When you're building physical resilience, you're also building mental resilience. It goes hand in hand. It really does. And so, I'm coming to you from my sauna, because this is day 17. Day 17. We're going into day 18. And, you know, we should be done with. But for the Iranian people, we'll take it. Although there's been situations, there's 20 Israeli dead. And we're living in, you know, I joke when I say this, but it's literally true, and this is what it feels like. And it's called WR3, all right? So, if Corona, COVID-19, right? Remember those years? We were in quarantine, not getting out of the house, da 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 da. So here's the same thing. If COVID-19 plus October 7th had a baby, it would beat this war. That's how it feels like. It feels this way just because it's like, you're not leaving the house. So when I go for my walk, I'm going for my walk, I'm taking my steps in. I'm not taking for granted that you can go anywhere. You can go to a cafe, you can go to a restaurant, you can go anywhere. I can't. My mother wanted me to go pick her up in Bat Yam, and I really literally told her I'm not getting on the highway until someone told me about something really cool on Waze. Of course, it's the Israeli mindset to actually do that. Yeah. So Waze has, in case you don't know, so I'm putting it out there, that Waze has, you put the address on. Once you put the address on, you go and you put like that search bar, you know, like, and it gives you all the parkings. Same thing. You put it up and it gives you crisis. If you don't have crisis, just on the search bar, press crisis. And you get every single bomb shelter as you're driving. Well, that we're living in this situation, and I'm sharing everything with you. And I'm also sharing what's inspiring me. My feeling, my deep depth feeling that what I'm doing is my tikkun. I'm aligned with what I'm doing. You gotta laugh, because that's the best thing for your nervous system, and do whatever it is you need to do. And thank Hashem. Be grateful. Gratitude is so important. I will make sure to be giving you all the links and all the everything down. Check out the show notes or the comments or whatever. You're gonna get the links. You are invited so that you can also work on your nervous system, on your hormones, on your lifestyle, and have the tools that you need in order to navigate this period, because it doesn't mean it's the end. It just means it's a reframe. It's a new era. It's a new chapter in your life. You just want to know how to enter this new chapter with like so much, like tools, lifestyle, energy, the proper lifestyle, the support if you need. It's all good. It's there for you. And I really feel like I am in synchronicity to my neshama, my purpose, my tikkun, for being here in this world. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for being part of this community. If you're a Fit Momentum member, I love you. And I love my tribe. I really do. I work hard at encouraging them because, you know, they get shy. But I'm like, I'm there. I'm a nudniki. That's what we call me in Israel. But I have to be, because that's the point of coaching you. It's to get you to get to your next level, right? And giving you the right tools. But it's like, once you know, you know. So you get these daily reminders, and we keep it fun, because you know my motto: if it ain't fun, it ain't gonna get done, right? Okay. We will sing the song. We will live in this belief, because whether you're in Israel or you're in outside of Israel, today more than ever, we need each other. We need to build this tribe, because we know, Am Yisrael, we know every time we come out of every single time that they try to destroy us. Yes, okay, yeah, we won, and then we worked hard at winning, at getting there, and then yeah, okay, let's eat. Haha, that's the joke. But the truth of the matter is that we know that between us, it's all inside. It's not from the outside. You know, I was walking the other day, yesterday actually, I was walking my dog, and there were kids in the park, and I thought they were just hitting each other, but they weren't just playing. And I said, guys, what are you doing? I said, it's not enough we have a war out there. You want to have a war in here? I'm like, nah, אנחנו achim, we're brothers, there's no way. So I want you to know, it's not easy to love your brother sometimes. The stupidities he may do, but you love him because he's your brother, no matter what. So Am Yisrael, Chai v'Kayam. We got this. Give me 5. See you.